Welcome back from the break. As you prepare for your first test, make sure you remember that each test is going to have a vocab section, so you're practicing your vocab and you know what all of the words mean, so you get those 10 points at the beginning. Okay, so one of your vocab words, I'm already telling you, is going to be perimeter. To find perimeter of a rectangle, you have 2 of the lengths plus 2 of the widths. Because if they're telling you that you have a rectangle, apparently I can't talk today, and the length is x minus 5, and the width is 3x plus 1, you're adding up all of the sides. If this side is x minus 5, this side is also x minus 5. If this side is 3x plus 1, this side is also 3x plus 1. So you're having to add double of both of them. I'm a visual person, so I like to draw my picture and then combine from here. So I have 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1. So that gives you 8 x's. You have a negative 5 plus 1 minus 5 plus 1, and that's a minus 8. So your perimeter is A. Every stop sign made is a rectangular octagon. If all 8 sides are represented by the expression 3s plus 4, what is the perimeter of the stop sign? Again, we're doing perimeter, so you're adding up all of the outsides. So I could go through and label each side as 3s plus 4. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know that there's 8 sides, so what you're doing is you're taking 8 times that 3s plus 4, and you're just distributing. 8 times 3s is 24s. 8 times 4, is 32. But again, if you're a visual person and you want to go through and label each one and combine your like terms, that works as well. 3. In which step does the mistake first appear in simplifying the expression? On your test, you're going to have to actually work out the problem to get all of your points, okay? So I like to go ahead and work it out on the side. So negative 3 would give you a negative 6a. Negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. That's what they have there. Then we're going to distribute the 2. So that gives us an 8a minus 16. They put a minus 6, so there's your error, step 2. But we're going to go ahead and keep working it out. If I'm distributing the 1.5, we get plus 3a minus 6. Then you're going to combine your like terms. You can combine all your a's. So that gives you 5a. And you can combine your units. So plus 6 minus 16. This is your correct answer. On your test, make sure that you're working it out completely because finding the correct answer is part of the points. What is the range of the function? Range, that's a vocab word. It's all of the y values. Remember robot? Range is bottom to top. So you're looking at the bottom of the graph and the top of the graph. So the bottom is down here at negative 3. And the top is up here at 13. Both of these have the line underneath because they're closed-in circles. If it was an open circle, there would be no line. You can also remember Dr. XY. Range is the y values. Okay? So which one matches? Right here at C. You got to go all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top. In the rectangle shown, a strip was cut off so that the remaining part is a square. What is the area of the original rectangle? Area, that's another vocab word. To find the area of a rectangle, you take the length times the width. Anytime you're multiplying, you're going to have to use a box. Guess what? It already has a box for you. It's even separated it from the terms. So you can draw your own box if you want, or you can just know 5 times 5 is 25. X times x is x squared. 5 times 7 is 35, and you have an x. When I'm writing it in standard form, you write the highest exponent first, or the largest exponent first. So am I missing something, or are those? So 25x squared plus 35x. This one doesn't have the x on the end. For the figure shown, which of the following expressions represents a process for finding the area of the shaded region? So if I just want this shaded region, maybe it's the yard, whereas this is like the patio, I need to take the whole thing, which is length times width, so 6x times 9x plus 7, and I need to subtract that little non-shaded area, so 4x times x. Subtracting, that is b. Then it wants me to actually simplify. Okay, so I'm going to take this expression, and you can use the box method. Okay, so you're using the box. You've got 6x, you've got 9x plus 7, and you're subtracting 4x times x. So this would give me 54x squared, 42x, and this would be minus 4x squared. So 54x squared plus 42x minus 4x squared. I can combine my like terms, so that would be 50x squared plus 42x. Right here. 8. The sides of a rectangular garden has a length of 4x minus 2. I'm going to draw a picture because I'm a visual person. So 4x minus 2, and a width of 2x plus 5. Which of the following represents the area? Area is length times width, and anytime you're multiplying, you need a box. 2 terms by 2 terms, so we've got 4x minus 2 and 2x plus 5. 4 times 2 is 8x squared, because x and x gives you x squared. 4 times 5 is 20, and there's an x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and there's an x. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. You can combine your like terms. So we have an 8x squared, negative 4 plus, this tells you you're adding, so that would give you 16x, and then minus 10. None of those match, so none of the above is your answer. 9. Anytime you have a number outside of the parentheses, you're distributing. So I'm distributing this 2 to each part. 2 times 6 is 12w squared. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6w. 2 times 1 is 2. Then I'm distributing this negative. So that gives me negative w and positive 9. And then you also have this 2w squared on the end. All we have left is to combine our like terms. I'm going to do the squareds first. 12 plus 2 is 14w squared. You've got a minus 6w and a minus w, so that's minus 7w. And then 2 plus 9 is 11. There you go. Remember, show me all these steps so you can get partial credit on your test. Susie simplified the following expression and thinks that the answer is x squared plus 4x plus 4. Which table on the calculator shows that they are equivalent? Equivalent simply means the same or equal. So looking at these are negative, these are positive. Those are completely different numbers. All of these numbers match. These show that they are equivalent. Which expression is equivalent to 4a squared minus 2/3 parentheses 6a minus 4 plus 2a squared? Anytime you have a number outside of parentheses, we are distributing. Guys, you can do that in your calculator. Negative 2/3 times 6. So we get 4a squared. Negative 2/3 times 6 is a negative 4a. Negative 2/3 times a negative 4 is a positive 8/3. And then we have this 2a squared at the end. You combine your like terms. 4a squared combines with a 2a squared to give me 6a squareds minus the 4a plus the 8/3. Make sure you include that negative with the 2/3 that you're distributing. Algebra tiles. Now, if you don't remember your tiles, the squares are your x squareds. The long skinny ones are your x's. And these are just your ones. And if they're colored in, then they're your negatives, okay? So a negative cancels on a positive. So this would cancel out this. This would cancel out this. A little one, a little one, a little one, a little one. And then you're just writing what's left. We've got 2 x's, and then we've got 2 negatives. So that's your answer right there. 13. Given f of x equals, they're giving me an equation. I'm going to plug it in my calculator. Put it in y equals. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 17. And they're asking me to find f of negative 1. If it's, remember Wakanda forever, if it's in the parentheses, it's the x value. So if I look for an x value of negative 1, negative 20 is what matches up with it. You can do it by hand. They're telling you that x is negative 1. So 2 instead of x, I put negative 1 squared, plus 5 instead of x, I put negative 1 minus 17. Negative 1 squared means negative 1 times negative 1. That's a positive 1. This becomes minus 5 minus 17. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. And negative 3 minus 17 is negative 20. Your family goes to a restaurant for dinner. There are 6 people in your family. Some order the chicken dinner for $14.80. I'm just going to call that X. And some order the steak for $17. I'm going to call that Y. The total bill was $91. So they're giving us 2 totals. They've got a total of 6 and they've got a total of 91. This is money. So you need money, money, money. So the $14.80 is the money. And the 17 is the money. All of the money's got to be in line. 1480, 17, meh. 1480, 17, meh. 1480, 17, 91, yes. 1480, 17, 91, yes. And X and Y is just the number of dinners. So each person orders a dinner. So if you've got chicken dinners plus steak dinners, the number of dinners, you should have 6 total dinners. Dinners, dinners, dinners. Now, this did not specify which one is X and Y, so technically A and C would be correct. Based off of mine, I'm going to say that A is the correct answer. So on your test, read carefully and make sure that they don't already tell you what variable to use. All right, which of the following line goes through the point negative 3, 4 and is perpendicular? That's a vocab word. That means double flip the slope. You flip the sign, flip the fraction. So right now the slope is 3/2. So instead of positive, we need to make it negative. Instead of 3 over 2, we need to make it 2 over 3. So you know you need that to be the slope. So it's not B and it's not A. Now, I don't know which one of those is going to go through that point. So let's just plug it in Y equals. So negative 2/3 X minus 2. Does that go through the point negative 3, 4? No. Let's try negative 2/3 X plus 2. Yes, that goes through the point negative 3, 4. Which statement below accurately represents the graph? Okay, so we're trying to find $100 is earned for each hour of work. So after 1 hour, it is not at 100. $500 is earned for every 8 hours of work. 8 hours, $500 is earned. Yes, maybe. $100 is earned every 2 hours. At 2, no, that's above 100. At 4, that would be at 200. That's way above it. $200 is earned every 3 hours. At 3, possibly. So at 6, there would be 4. Nope, it's too low. So I'm going to go with C. What is the equation of the graphed line? Okay, we have 2 things to help us remember this. Hoivux, or if you remember the slope man's tattoos. Remember, he got knocked out, he's got his tattoo right there, and he scratches his chin and asks himself why. So if it is a vertical line, it has undefined slope, the equation is x equals a number. If it's the nose, it has undefined slope, the equation is x equals a number. So that's y equals a number. That's y equals 3x. X equals a number. This is hitting the x-axis at 3. So what about the slope? Here, again, you can use that Hoivux, or you can just remember slope man. This is a nose. It is an undefined slope. A square sign has dimensions of m by m. If each side is increased by 4, so really what we're doing is we're adding 4. Okay, I don't know why I put the 1 there, sorry. So adding that 4. What would be the area, so that tells us length times width, of the larger sign? Anytime you're multiplying, you've got to use the box. So what are my sides of the box? M plus 4, M plus 4. Or guys, this is pretty much a box right here. M times M is M squared. M times 4 is 4M. 4 times M is 4M. 4 times 4 is 16. And then you've got to combine your like terms. You're going to add them. So we get M squared plus 8M plus 16. Lastly, domain. This is that dealer part. So domain is left to right. And again, you're asking yourself, is it an open circle or a closed circle? What's the doctor's name? XY. So domain is dealing with X, so it's not B and it's not A. The left side is at 1, 2, 3, negative 3. We don't put the line because it's an open circle. And the right side is at 1, 2, 3. And this time it's a closed circle, so I do put the line. Make sure you study your flashcards, and best of luck.